5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Dirty Glass Podcast. We're sitting here in the basement on Oak Avenue in the Dirty Glass studio, and we're going to drink, we're going to laugh, we're going to learn. We got a special one today. It's a Canadian week, so if you like Canadians, watch this week.
Yeah!
It's kind of random Canadians from different jobs and stuff. They're pretty famous, though.
Both are very famous.
Both are relatively very famous. Well, one of them is very, very famous, and then one of them is famous less, but still famous.
They're both
extreme.
pretty
Gretzky's. They don't know who Gretzky is in North Korea. They know who
Gretzky.
They know who Drake is.
See, I thought you were going the other way.
I could see Gretzky being on the passport.
Everybody knows Drake.
I mean,
Drake is worldwide. He could be on our passport, but Drake is worldwide. These glasses suck with the side thing. Drake is like fucking.
It's a little tilty.
Like, you know,
it
Bruce
just makes you look
Springsteen
more
or something.
drunk.
What are they? Not normal? Are they falling? Down at the end, we got Denny the mixologist coming a little closer to me. We got Angela Nicole Catherine Hanlon. I'm Nick. This is the Dirty Glass Podcast, and make sure you like and subscribe.
Please.
Let us know more celebrity liquors because it doesn't clearly state it on the bottles. And standing in the liquor store Googling every kind of bottle of whiskey seemed weird because I was trying to see if any of the other ones that fell off are celebrity, but there are, I don't know, most of them are not. That being said, Denny, what do we do here at the Dirty Glass Podcast?
No, we drink adult beverages and rate them between 0 and 5 dirty glasses. 0 being the shit bucket, and 5 being the grand god of all alcohol.
Grand God.
And we also talk shit.
It's the god's vagina of alcohol if it's a 5.
Yeah.
And
What did you just say? The god's vagina of alcohol?
yeah, did you ever see Pineapple Express? They were smoking this really good weed, and the guy's like, "What does this taste like?" He's like, "God's vagina." So anything that tastes as good as the best, that's always my analogy. And what's the what are we doing today?
Well, today, as you mentioned, we're doing whiskey, celebrity whiskey. So this is actually a birthday.
Well, this whole week, celebrity whiskey, but today
This whole week.
as well.
Pardonnez-moi. I forgot.
Canadian celebrity whiskey.
Today we're doing a Canadian celebrity whiskey. I got it for my birthday, and I thought I would share it with my bros.
Nice.
And it's Virginia Black. Now, that's not a celebrity that I'm aware of.
It's a cool name, though.
It's a super cool name.
It's a lot cooler of a name than you're going to say in a minute. Go ahead.
It looks like a cologne bottle, but it is Drake's whiskey.
Drake! Oh my God, Drake!
Who's Drake?
I've
heard of him. I've never heard a song though.
You want to on that telephone? That's that one. That's the only song I know. I don't like his music at all.
Is he the one that does Rock Lobster?
Yes.
Is he the guy?
He's the rock. He's that guy. And he was also
he's B-52's guy.
He was also in Degrassi High in a wheelchair.
You just ruined my first question of the quizzes.
I
But
knew
you
the
would
answer
have
to
won.
that.
You would have won.
Well, yeah, then he would. And it's like the new generation. Like,
fair.
none of us saw that. I just know it from, like, I don't know, TMZ.
I know it from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, he was on Degrassi, and then it said Next Generation. I went, oh.
Well, I also know, I wonder if this is on your thing.
I mean, you're going to ruin my whole quiz, but
He
okay.
has the most number ones, Billboard top 5 in history.
I did not
And
know
he
that.
beat a 56 or 7-year-old record. Who had the record originally?
Of what? The top
The
Billboard?
most top 5 on the Billboard.
Michael Jackson?
Okay, Denny, guess.
Twisted Sister?
Oh, Twisted
No,
Sister.
I'm only kidding. Billy Joel.
Twisted Sister was
Madonna?
third. It's actually the Beatles.
Oh,
The Beatles have
Who?
Billboard.
The,
yeah.
the who? The Beatles have the most top 5 hits on the Billboard. Not top 100, like top 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And Drake
beat them?
has beaten that record.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was stating the Who.
It's it's also a different time. It's not about like sold records. It's a totally
It's a different
streaming.
calculation,
It's a
right?
different thing, right?
It's a different
Streaming counts.
calculation.
But he still
still
did
beat them.
beat
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
record. Anyway, so this is Virginia Black. Good pour. Denny, do you have any? What's your other questions, Ange? Or
Well, let's cheers
is that
first
where
so
we're
we
going?
can sip
Oh,
it.
hey, first of all, sorry, Ange, like and subscribe. I almost fucking forgot.
You know you said it right at the start. That's why I didn't say it.
Oh, I did
you
say
took
it?
over saying that for me, by the way.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, usually I would go, Ange, you got anything to say before we start?
Yeah, and I used to say it, and then you. Well, no, like and subscribe. We love you. Thank
Thank you.
you. We're getting up there, baby.
Cheers.
Shout out,
Cheers.
Private Bites, Sean,
Sean, killer.
makes amazing food. Shout out, Shedcast. Shout out to Johnny Green for getting fucking married. Johnny Rock, you fuck cock. Good job.
Johnny Green.
Yeah,
Congrats.
happy wedding day.
Congratulations.
It's not the anniversary yet, right? You can't sing the anniversary song from the
Happy
Flintstones?
anniversary.
Happy
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary.
Happy
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary. Happy anniversary.
It all
What's that?
depends.
Happy-
It all
sorry.
depends when they just
They go
when
and go.
if they do like the 1 month.
Oh,
Fuck that.
He doesn't
Nah,
seem,
he doesn't seem the type.
it's not like they've been together for like.
I didn't meet
year.
him. I didn't meet him, but he
Right.
doesn't seem the type to do.
He's definitely not the
months.
type. So what else? And this is first of all, this is an American whiskey. Is it considered a bourbon?
So
do you know,
it's a
or-
bourbon. It's an
All right.
American. It's
Oh, it's
considered
bourbon?
an American bourbon whiskey. So second.
on the telephone.
It doesn't say bourbon on the front.
No, it doesn't. But that's what it said on. I think it was.
Well, you can tell a
Wikipedia.
Canadian made it. It's American whiskey.
So it's and like the name, like it's basically called a decadent American whiskey.
You know what it says here? Not from Virginia.
Oh,
Oh, really?
it's
Yeah, it
not.
says it on the back.
It's actually not. Oh my god, I didn't know it said it on the back. though.
Not from Virginia.
So the name. That's just a little factoid I had. The name. It's actually an based out of Indiana, like name. I think a name for a woman or something. They're not very specific about it, but no, it's not based on Virginia. It's a woman.
Sounds like a fucking cigarette. Hey, give me
It does. A Virginia Black
Yeah,
King.
Yeah, give me a packet of Virginia Black Light King, please.
Slims.
Regular, whatever they say in America. And it's weird he's a Canadian doing American whiskey, I must say. Go ahead, Ange.
Well, and I thought so too. I'm like, oh, it's an American whiskey. It's just a little bit more information on it. It's personally selected collection of 2, 3, and 4-year-old bourbons finished with a decadent profile.
So it's what do you call that? A mix or what's the word for
A
it?
blend?
A blend. It's a blended bourbon.
And I like it.
Danny, what do you got to say about Drake?
I have
Oh,
no
look
idea.
at- look
I
at
don't
us.
know. I don't know anything
So,
about Drake.
okay,
Like
well then-
I've heard of Drake and there's girls screaming over him and shit. I don't know any of
Yeah.
Drake's music. I've maybe heard like I think I heard it when we were lining up for a Leafs game. They were playing it and I'm like, what is this? And
Well,
you're like,
Drake
I
has-
think it's Drake.
Drake has a throne at a Raptors game. Anytime he goes to a Raptors game, he has a throne at I was gonna say ringside at court side or whatever you
Courtside,
call
yes.
it. He's got a throne that he sits in. That's his for like life. He's the ambassador of the Toronto Raptors.
Oh wow.
I think I watched 4 basketball games and I do remember seeing that.
And he was like, yeah, that's the year they won the championship. And
Yeah.
he was like, when the other team was like throwing out the ball when they got to throw it from this, I don't know rules of basketball, but he'd be like this far away from his ear yelling at him. Now just think of that. You're a fucking 22-year-old, right? And you're probably a fan of Drake. And the most famous person in the world's yelling in your ear as you're trying to win a championship. It's a mind fuck and a half, and I do like him for that. But go ahead, Ange.
And he can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know the other only person that I can think of that can get away with that kind of shit? Will Ferrell.
Maybe Jack Nicholson if he did it.
He probably
Because he
did
used
do
to be
it.
a courtside guy, and he used to
Yeah,
yell.
he was.
I heard
Spike Lee, too.
I heard a story of Will Ferrell. He was front row at a Raptors game, and he spilled his beer right on the court. And they just laughed and mopped it up.
What's Will Ferrell?
Anyone
Will
else? Bye.
Yeah, what are you going to get mad at Will Ferrell?
Bye.
He's such a likable guy. What's your questions, Ange?
Well, you ruined my first one. So, do you guys know how old he is?
He has to be 37.
I'm going to guess.
Guess.
38.
You were both close. 36.
Oh, you tried to price this right, and you went the wrong way.
Yeah, with
Should
the
have gone
Yodeler.
35.
I went over the cliff.
No, you go. Yeah. Well, you do $1 or
Yeah.
less, or yeah, okay.
Well, and you
30.
already know, like, where was he born? I'm assuming.
Was it
In the,
York?
si- in,
yeah,
the, in the 6.
and he lived in I think it's Yorkdale or something like that. Really rich neighborhood in
I
Toronto.
thought it was. Oh no, you're right. You're
He's
probably
in the
right.
six, Nick.
Really, Yorkdale? In
York-
the 6?
That's what he had restaurants called the 6.
Yeah, that's what he calls Toronto the 6 because we have 6 kind of
Regions.
regions.
Yeah.
Oh, almost like boroughs.
A little bit, but they're all
We,
landlocked.
we,
so-
had,
Yeah.
we had a 6 in Newmarket. It closed down quick.
Did we really?
Yeah.
We had what?
Right beside Pizza Hut and Pickle Barrel.
Maybe it's York Mills. It's in downtown Toronto, but it's a
Maybe-
rich neighborhood.
Well, Yorkdale's
Oh,
a rich
nice.
neighborhood.
So probably because he grew up rich.
Okay, what famous person directed his music video Best I Ever Had?
I don't know. I don't know.
Famous.
Steven Spielberg.
Martin Scorsese.
Famous rapper.
Oh, it's a rapper that
Yeah.
directed it.
Yeah.
Drake.
Oh, so a rapper. Well,
Yeah, that's a good one actually, Denny.
it wouldn't be Dre.
Dr. Dre?
Maybe it's Dre. I'll say Dre.
Eminem.
Kanye.
I knew it.
Well, yeah, they were buddies
Fuck,
there
I just
before.
forgot his name.
Before Kanye's mom died and he lost
Yeah.
his mind, they were buddies.
That was
early.
back in the day.
They're still buddies. They just don't do it in front of camera now.
So I had a question. What's his full name? But I can't read the third.
What's his last name? That's a good
Well,
question.
that's the one I can't read. I'm gonna have to look it up. So do you know Nick though? Denny won't know. I had no
it's
idea.
probably Drake, Oswald, Griffin.
I just assumed it was Drake. I thought that was it.
Just a second. I gotta look up the last one. I legit can't read my writing. I did a really bad job on the last name. So it's his middle name's Drake. His first name's Aubrey.
I like it. I
and
like it.
and
We have
his
an
la-
Uncle Aubrey.
Oh man,
His last name
that's
is
a tough name for a guy that wants to be a rapper.
Yeah,
though,
but
man.
Ob's all right.
Ob's good actually.
That's-
DJ Ob, MC Ob. Go ahead.
His last name's Graham. His father, Dennis Graham, African American
Dennis.
Catholic. That's right, Catholic
Yes.
drummer from Memphis, who
Good
once
fucking
performed
name.
with country musician Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, Arkel's got a song "Drinking with Drake's Dad."
I'm gonna
Oh,
download.
really?
I'm gonna download Drake now because his dad's name is Dennis. I like it.
Or no, it's just called Drake's Dad. He plays at like New Orleans and stuff.
His mother, Sandra Sandy Graham, is a Canadian and worked as an English teacher and a florist.
Bam.
Okay.
And a florist.
A
Yeah.
fleurist. So what do you guys think of this booze?
I love it.
It's
Sorry.
for whiskey or bourbon. Bourbon whiskey.
Well, it's called whiskey,
it's-
so I'm gonna say whiskey.
It's a little bit too smooth. It's good. It tastes like syrup.
It's very
Like
sweet.
it's sweet as hell, but there's no sugar in it. I don't necessarily like the aftertaste of this stuff.
What do you so? What do you think of the aftertaste then?
You just got to get more into you so it doesn't taste terrible, but it doesn't leave the greatest aftertaste for me. But then I like the peat and
Well,
scotch.
you guys like the
so-
dirt, right? Like I like smoother drinks. So
I don't hate it. I don't. How much is it a bottle like this? Is it
It's probably
50,
bucks,
60
I think.
bucks?
Yeah, I'd buy it again.
Too smooth, and you don't like the aftertaste. It's a bit. It's got a bit a rough aftertaste actually.
Yeah, like it tastes good going down. It's smooth as shit, and then
But I thought you guys liked the rough.
not after.
Oh,
No, not after.
I like the initial. The you don't want to have a sip and then you're like, oh.
This reminds me of that brandy that went bad. Now that you say it that way.
the brandy that
yeah,
went
the
back.
stale open brandy that was open for 25 years.
Yeah, Steve gave me a bottle of brandy from somebody's house, and it was no bueno. And the aftertaste
But you,
reminds me of
Nick,
this.
you had one shot and you thought it was good,
Yeah, I drank.
and then I tried it. It's like, oh my god! And then you tried it. You're like, oh, maybe it's not good.
You were right.
I actually like this a lot. So
I'm gonna finish it.
Nick,
but-
what's your
I'm confused by it. I think there's too many bourbons mixed together or something.
No,
it's not bad though.
It's a bit too. I
And
think
it's
it's a
syrupy.
bit too smooth at the beginning for a bourbon.
Yeah.
A bourbon shouldn't be this smooth. It's like a cognac until the aftertaste hits you.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
me.
It's a Hollywood bourbon, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Well,
it
Angie
tastes
likes
tastes good with Coke and ice.
Why don't you? That would be good. Why don't you score it first, then, Ange?
I'm a 4. I like it a lot. I will drink this again.
Ooh, that's high.
Yeah. I'll buy this. I'll drink it. I mean, yeah, it's up there for me. It's up there. I mean, it's up there with Sexton's higher. That's probably my favorite. Like close, well, almost tied with Jameson. But this is good. It's smooth. It's just to sit. I've been sipping on it. As you can see, it's not a full bottle. I've been sipping on it at home. So I dig it.
You dig it, Denny.
I
What do
dig
you
it.
think?
Denny?
I'm cutting that in half. I'm
All right.
going to 2. It just doesn't taste like a bourbon to me. If this was a cognac, I'd probably rate it higher.
You know the fucking bottle too. The bottle's ridiculous,
If
people.
if the bottle's anything to do with the rating, which
And
I
looking
never
at the
thought of.
bottle
It's
when I
not.
drink it, it makes it taste like perfume.
You know what?
It's got a
Hold on,
perfume
hold on.
aftertaste. There we go.
Do I smell it right, Ange?
Yeah, lovely.
Like Dust and Drake.
We love you, Drake.
I don't know. You're all right, I guess. You want to be on the pod though?
Drake seems like a good guy. He's got a
I'd fucking
he's
party
got a
with
sense
him.
of humor. He has a Drakkar Noir bottle tattooed on his arm.
That's hilarious.
Like Drakkar Noir.
I'd love to have some drinks with Drake.
Yeah, I've always said
Kidding
I'm
me?
not a huge fan of his music, but I do like Drake.
I like the guy.
It's like Post Malone. I don't like the music, but I like him, even though I went to his concert and loved it. I like his music too.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
mind. I got changed.
And maybe if you went to a
liar.
Drake concert, you like Drake music. Maybe.
No.
I think I would if I went.
There's no tone to it for me. It's always like he raps like that. There's no up and down to it. It's no bueno
Are
for
people
me.
singing along though?
People love it.
You went to Drake?
No. No.
You
I
never
think
been
he
to
should.
Drake?
No.
You been to Drake?
No. I would go to Drake, though.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
I wouldn't buy tickets to Drake. If somebody bought me a ticket to Drake, I'd go. I'd
Oh,
go
is
to
it
almost
expensive for Drake?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't even spend $100. I don't like any of it. I don't know. I don't like the music.
What do you think, Nick? What's your score?
I'm at 2-1.
All right.
2-4. 2-4.
2-4?
All right.
It's not 2-1. It's better than that.
Just
It's good. I mean,
linger on that aftertaste for a second first.
I feel
before
like
you-
it's. I don't know. I feel like it's smoother. I don't mind the aftertaste. Like it's a bit burny, but like.
It's just yeah.
I find it like has a skunky aftertaste a bit.
Well, that's why it reminds me of that brandy a little bit.
I don't
that
think it's
brandy's
Yeah,
skunky.
but that's the beginning of the brandy was skunky too.
Yeah, but so was the end.
Oh, it was worse. Yeah, it was assy.
Well, so
Okay.
you gave it a 4. Denny's a 2. I'm a 2-4.
Yeah.
It's not bad. What's the total score for that one? 9?
8.4.
Oh, 8.4.
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad. Out of 15, not bad. Not
Not
bad. It's a
bad.
pass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tune in next episode on Thursday. I assume this will be first. I'm not even sure. Tuesday.
This
guess
is
it will be
Tuesday,
now.
and now it's gonna be. I hope.
So tune in to the next Canadian whiskey and.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, share, give us comments, give us suggestions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Like and subscribe.
Boom.
Cheers.
Bye.